Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Happy Valley Huddle. I'm your host, Mike Laro. Holy cow, what an afternoon up there in Happy Valley today. The shutout streak gets kind of broken here, but with the starting defense anyway. All Penn State today, 52-6 over Villanova. We're going to get into it. There's some things that I've seen that I really don't like with this Penn State team right now. Their lack of defense and stopping the run in this game. Villanova was able to really take it to them a little bit. And I'm going to give Nova a little bit of credit. Yeah, they lost 52-6. They don't have the offensive firepower to go head to head with Penn State. So, I mean, with that being said, I definitely want to, give them their due. Sorry, got to readjust here. But, they just don't have the firepower. And it's going to be interesting to see because I watched that Oregon game earlier today. And I'll tell you what, Penn State's going to have their hands full. They are going to have their hands full with this Oregon team in 2 weeks up there. And that might be, to be honest with you, if I'm looking at both teams right now, I think Oregon's the better team. As much as I hate to say it. The Nittany Lions are ranked number 2. To me, I don't know. They're just not a fluent number 2 ranked team in this nation. Do I think they're probably top 5? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, they're definitely a playoff team. I think Penn State is a playoff team, but right now they just don't look. They look kind of. I don't know. Like they're slow getting started, man. Nick Singleton had 2 touchdowns today. Another one by Katron Allen. So I mean, a couple by the defense. So I mean, the way I'm looking at this, this offense has got to get better. Drew Allard's got to get better. I'm sorry. I watched him against this Villanova team, and, he made some bad passes early on in this game. He started out 4 for 4, but then he had like a big gap where he couldn't hit the side of a barn. And to be honest with you, I don't think he's in the Heisman running. I really don't. I don't think you should even worry about the Heisman, to be honest with you. Just go play football. We'll check into some of these comments right here. Mickey Delaney saying, let's go. Adam C's checking in, says slow start, finish fast. Well, I'll tell you what, Adam, I don't like how they're starting off, man. I really don't. And it's kind of a little bit nerve-wracking with this. It really, truly is. It's nerve-wracking. Again, this has just been. I'm not liking the way they're getting. I mean, they played 3 teams that are far less superior than them, and yeah, the scores may look like, what they look like, but I'll tell you what, they had trouble stopping FIU's running game. Okay, Villanova came in here. Villanova's running back was running the ball down their throat in the first half. They had no answer for that kid. If Nova has a halfway decent quarterback in that game, they would have scored a lot more than just 6 points. I'm not happy with this performance. I'm really not. We're going to take a look at, what the line is. Tanner Maddox for for Nova was 6 for 12 for 69 yards. But the kid, Isaiah Ragland, where's he at? David Abbott, number 24. That kid today, I'm sorry, he made a lot of tough runs against this so-called Nittany Lions great defense. Adam saying, I hear you, Mike. Can't have a slow start. Got to work on, at practice for sure. I'm not going to say what he said there, but we could all see. Now, I will say this. Drew Allard was 16 of 29. So basically, he was a little more than 50% throwing the ball. That's got to get better. You're not going to beat a team like Oregon throwing for 50%. You're not. And the leading receiver today was Luke Reynolds, the tight end. 4 catches for 73 yards. I'm sorry. You went out, you recruited Devontae Ross, you brought in Karan Hudson. Why are these guys not getting more targets? Again, Nate Singleton today, literally 20 carries, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Katron Allen, 9 rushes for 80 yards. So as a team, they had 38 carries for 238 yards and 3 touchdowns. As a team, they had 17 receptions for 228 yards, 2 touchdowns. These numbers are not going to hold up against good teams in the Big Ten. Now, granted, they only play 2 of them. I think Penn State's better than every other team in the Big Ten. But God, I mean, you're sitting here looking at this game today. It was like I was frustrated. And here's the best part. Penn State was 46.5-point favorites. They didn't even cover. And I got to thank Paul Spencer for that, too. My buddy on Wednesday nights. He actually sent me over because we couldn't find if you remember watching Props, Locks, and Parlays, we could not find a point total for this game. Paul actually sent it over to me, I believe, last night and let me know what it was. So, again, we're going to touch around the scoreboards here, but I'm preferably going to take a look really inside the Big Ten because for me, this is where you have to really kind of get it looking. Right now, I'll give you some of the finals here. Wisconsin got smoked today by Alabama, 38-14. It was Michigan all over Central Michigan, beat them by 60, 63-3. It was Nebraska, 59-7 over Houston Christian. It was Maryland over Townsend, 44-17. Rutgers, that's right. I'm going to say this again. Rutgers put up 60 points. They won by 50 over Norfolk State. Man, Michael Vick's having a tough one coaching now. 41-24, Michigan State beats Youngstown State today. And as you do know, UCLA got smoked by New Mexico yesterday in the Rose Bowl, 35-10. And Indiana shut out Indiana State 73-0. So there's your Big Ten right now. Oh, also today, number 4 Oregon, 34-14 over Northwestern. But it wasn't even that close. Right now, games going on. You have USC at Purdue. USC's up in that one 3-0. Ohio versus Ohio State right now in Columbus. Right now, it is no score. Western Michigan is in Champaign to take on Illinois. It's 3-0 fighting Illini. And later on, Massachusetts takes a trip out. UMass takes a trip out to Iowa to take on the Hawkeyes. Later on tonight, in around 10:30, Minnesota goes to Cal. So there's the rest of your Big Ten. We're going to get over to the AP Top 25 in just a minute because I'll tell you what, the game of the day for me so far in college football has got to be this Tennessee and Georgia game. And I'll tell you what, I never thought I would see Georgia score 38 points on anybody because their offense is just horrible. But obviously, they have right now, they are in the fourth quarter with they're about to go to overtime right now, but they're tied at 38. So they're about to hit overtime. Oregon State right now, second quarter is losing at Texas Tech 14-0. Iowa State with about 3 minutes, just under 4 minutes left to go in the game. They're beating Iowa State's beating Arkansas State 24-16. Right now, in the fourth quarter, Texas 27-3 over UTEP. And right now in the about almost 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter, Miami's got a 21-6 lead over those South Florida Bulls, the 18th ranked South Florida Bulls. Ole Miss and Arkansas just getting underway. Literally in about I don't know, 10 minutes or so. You got LSU hosting Florida. You have Notre Dame hosting Texas A&M. And you got Vandy at South Carolina coming up at 7:45. Right here at 8 o'clock, Utah will visit Wyoming. So there is that. Let me get the schedule out here just so I can see who's coming up here later on, because we have some 10. Yeah, let's see here. You got 8 o'clock. Like I said, you have Duke at Tulane. That'll be on ESPN too. Abilene Christian at TCU on ESPN Plus. Navy at Tulsa, also at 8 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Akron at UAB, 8:30 ESPN Plus. Air Force versus Utah State on FS1. Southern at Fresno State. There is no TV listing for that. Minnesota at Cal, 10:30 ESPN. Boston College at Stanford, the ACC network. Texas State versus Arizona State on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max. And then Portland State at Hawaii. That is midnight, guys. Midnight tonight. So there is your schedule left for today. Again, as we go down this, I can give you all the final results in. Again, Incarnate Wood, 48, or no, UTSA 48, Incarnate Wood, 20. Yeah, Clemson. I called this talking with Paul when we were talking about props, locks, and parlays. This was one of my upsets. I took Georgia Tech today. And they did. They were getting 3.5, and they end up winning by 3. So my other upset that I called did not fare out so well, as Oklahoma came to Philadelphia today and dropped Temple on its head, 42-3. So I mean, just looking at that, other notable games that I did not mention: University of Virginia won 55-16 over William and Mary. You also had Baylor 42-7 over Samford. That's SAM Ford, Samford. Memphis 28-7 over Troy. It was Buffalo 31, Kent State 28. And here's an ironic thing. This Buffalo University team, that game, believe it or not, that game was a 23.5 point spread. If you took Kent State, you got 23.5 points, and Buffalo only won by 3. You had New Hampshire and Ball State. Ball State beat New Hampshire 34-29. UConn at Delaware. This one just went final literally not too long ago. The Delaware Fighting Blue Hens, 44-41 over UConn. I myself could not believe that. I thought UConn would have gotten the better of them today, and where are we at here? Washington State versus North Texas. North Texas beats Washington State 59-10. Holy cow. SMU over Missouri State, 28-10. Richmond at North Carolina, it was 41-6 UNC. Northwest at Cincinnati, Northwestern State. Cincinnati wins 70-0. Morgan State at Toledo. Toledo won 60-0 at Morgan State. So there are your finals from today, guys. So I'm not going to keep you guys much on this post-game show. Again, Drew Allert, was for 16 for 29 for like 209 yards. I got to get back in here and take a look at that real quick. But I'm sorry, I just was not impressed with Penn State's I wasn't impressed with the way that they operated the ball today. To me, I felt like they just looked lethargic. Is that the easiest way to put it? I mean, they were lethargic today. They really were. And I'm looking at the box again. Drew Allard, 16-29, 209 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, they go out and get you guys. They go out and get wide receivers for this kid, and it doesn't matter. And this Penn State defense got to wake up. They got to do better against the run, because Ohio State can run the football. Oregon can run the football. I watched them today against a feisty Northwestern defense. Northwestern ain't got much of an offense, but they got one hell of a defense, man. That game was pretty low scoring. That game kind of got away from them. And if you look at it, Oregon, who was a big favorite in that game, I think they were 24-point favorites in there. They won the game by 20. I mean, to me, honestly, this Penn State team, I don't know what – this is one of the major reasons why I don't like James Franklin. I really don't, because he doesn't make good in-game adjustments. His players bailed him out of this game today. The offense did not look good. And I want somebody to come on and tell me different about how good they look, because Aller was 4 for 4. After that, he went on a long stretch where he couldn't complete a pass. Now, granted, a couple of them weren't his fault. He did hit some people in the hands, and they dropped it. But you're playing against Villanova. You're supposed to put up 52 points, especially when you're favored by 46.5. Like, that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And again, they're going to have to clean some stuff up, especially on the defensive side of the ball, because Oregon's coming into Happy Valley. And I'll tell you what, that quarterback doesn't make mistakes. That quarterback can throw the ball. That running back can run the ball for Oregon. Drew Aller and that offense is going to have to step their game up. Because if not, they're not beating Oregon. They're not beating Ohio State. I think the Ohio State's going to be a fist fight. I think the Oregon game might even be a fist fight. Now, one thing I will say, Oregon has yet to see a defense like Penn State's. Penn State's got a nasty, good defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how that battle goes. But offensively, Drew Allard's he's got to tighten up. He's got to tighten up. And that's it. He has to tighten up. Because if he doesn't, it won't do it. It just won't do. So, well, guys, you won't be seeing me now. You'll be seeing me 2 Saturdays from today, probably around, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night for the next game. Wait a minute. Adam's got one. He says, James Franklin doesn't get them ready for games like he should. I don't think Penn State will ever win in that. I've been kind of saying that for a few years, Adam. I think they kind of missed the boat. We're getting Luke Fickell in here. I think Luke Fickell would have taken those teams that he has choked with. And I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest James Franklin fan. I think, number one, he walks around, he's cocky, he's arrogant, and he hasn't won nothing. Dude, you're 1-10 against Ohio State. You have nothing to be cocky about. You are Ohio State's little brother. And when it comes to Michigan, you've beaten Michigan 4 times. So, again, I want to know what gives him the right. He comes off bold, cocky. You watch him in his press conference. He's standoffish. I wouldn't even waste my time asking that guy a question, because to me, he can't win a big game. And I've been saying it for 5 years now. He cannot win a big game. And Penn State, they rewarded this guy with a 10-year contract. I don't know how boosters are sitting there watching this going, are you kidding me? And it's not like he hasn't had players up there. It's not like he hasn't had players. He went from KJ Hamler, wide receiver, to Jahan Dotson. You went through Barkley, Miles Sanders, and now you got these two with Allen and Singleton. And let's not forget the young man, I forget his name, but the kid who was at Penn State didn't want to sit behind it, and he transferred out and went to USC. He was another good back. So, I mean, again, this whole narrative that they're the number 2 team in the country, I hope they drop this week. Especially if LSU beats Florida. LSU beats Florida this week. They should jump ahead of Penn State. I don't think they are the number 2 ranked team in the nation. They looked horrible against this Villanova team. If Villanova had any type of players, and I mean first-star recruits like Penn State had, Penn State would have lost this game. Because that defense and that running back for Villanova, they were running with a purpose. That offensive line for Villanova pretty much was okay today, considering what it is. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't see the Penn State that, we're all supposed to be seeing. And I haven't seen it in these 3 games. They looked good. They looked okay against Nevada. After Nevada, FIU, their running back was running up. Their running back was literally bringing the physicality. And that's what I think I'm missing here with this defense and the offense. The offense doesn't play with urgency. It really doesn't. So I guess we're going to have to just take a look and see, guys. I've been updated here. All right. Looks like Kyle Schwarber hit number 51. So for you Phillies fans, they are tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 5th. I do not know who has the Fightins final tonight. Matter of fact, let me go pay my bills right now, and we can look and see who has what. I don't even have it in here. All right. Well, anyway, tomorrow morning, make sure you check out me, Pat, and Al for P&M and the AM. We will be on air. Getting you ready for Birds and Chiefs. We'll be recapping this Phillies game. Will they be on the verge of, popping the champagne for the NL East? We do not know. Again, Birds flyby. They will be taking you right after the final whistle tomorrow. Steve Fuentes will be joining. We'll be hosting that. So right after the final whistle, make sure you guys tune in for that as well. Also, tomorrow at noon, Steel City Sunday. That's right. Steelers pre- and post-game show. Make sure you check it out. Our guy Will and the crew will have you covered. Everything black and gold as they get set to take on those Seattle Seahawks. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And then tomorrow night, the one and only. That's right, Matty B. That's right. He will be on. I believe Matty's got the Fightins final tomorrow as well. So make sure you tune in for that. Matty will be on. Like I said, I do not know. I know initially it had Pat as the host for the Fightins final tonight, so I don't know if Matty's taking that or not. So you will find out. Tune in right after the final whistle, or right after the final out tonight for that. But Matty will have you covered tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for him as well. Birds Blast with Kyle Quinn, Thursdays at 7. Make sure you guys tune in to that. Kyle and Matty, I almost called him Howie. Make sure you tune in for those two as they go back and forth on whether it would be a Birds win or a Birds loss. Make sure you guys tune in to them. And then the Attacking Third, that's right. The Attacking Third, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Make sure you guys tune into that as Pat and Steve take you around the MLS and all points in between. They will definitely help you, get you guys ready, and they'll be talking about our Philadelphia Union. Wednesdays, 7 p.m. That's right. Me and Paul Spencer. That's right. Props, locks, and parlays. We get you ready for Thursday Night Football, plus college, and also NFL. We get together. We start talking shillings and stuff like that. So make sure you guys get together for that. Props, locks, and parlays every Wednesday night at 7. And, of course, it is for entertainment purposes only. And last but not least, the wraparound with Pat Bernard. Make sure you guys check him out. Pat should be coming back soon. Hopefully he does. So when he does, he will be back here. Well, guys, again, Penn State wins 52-6 over those 52-6 over the Villanova Wildcats. Adam C. says the Mets have already lost. Well, guess what? If they lose, Phillies win. That's another 2 games off, which means if the Phillies win tomorrow, they clinch in front of everybody at home. Guys, make sure you tune in for the Fightins final coming up next. I do believe it is Matty B. I'm just going to double check this real quick. I'm not too sure. Hold on, where is it at? Okay. Uh. I have no idea. Did he take it off here? Oh well. And look, it's even got big. I don't know why this Big Al thing popped up on here, but all right, let me get you guys out of here. It's all going to hell in a handbasket. Anyway, 52-6 over those pesky Villanova Wildcats, guys. I am Mike Laura. I will see you guys tomorrow morning with Pat. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you later.